Welcome to Anime and Us,
Welcome back, everybody.
a show where we talk about anime and other things.
And here lately, it seems like it's, or going forward, it seems like it's going to be mostly other things for a little bit. Too much going on.
Let me move this mic closer to me. Because Chance talks louder than I do.
I just project my voice.
As you can see, we are not in our regular studio.
You remember the room that the Dursleys had Harry Potter in under the stairs? That's basically where we are right now.
Yeah. Well, we're in a big room, but we're in the corner of it.
Well, where we are in the room, it doesn't feel like it's very big.
We're in front of my wrong hand, my wife's bookshelf. It's nice because she is working in the office right now.
She stole the office, so we're doing what we can.
That's right. We're fighting the good fight here.
Yeah.
So we're also going to try these things. It's like ghost pepper. What is it? Sour punch straws. It's like roulette. So basically, not all of them are going to be gross. Just some of them.
Maybe we should try that near the
Nah. And you don't have to eat the whole thing. All right.
Right.
Just take one at a time here.
All right.
First one.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's grape.
Yeah. Not ghost pepper.
Mm-hmm. All right. Maybe I should have brought a bag in here. Okay. So we have a lot to talk about. Finished up Vigilantes. Finished up JJK Season 3. Vigilante Season 2. JJK Season 3. And we are currently watching Invincible Season 4.
Yeah.
Why is it getting spicy?
I guess because you're a little baby boy.
It's getting spicy.
Maybe you got pepper one. Mine is definitely
After the sweet stuff came off.
No, mine is definitely just grape.
Spicy. Okay. And what was I talking about? And The Boys, Season 5. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too, even though it's not anime, because we do more than just anime. We're not in a box, okay? We're not putting ourselves in a box.
That's right.
So, first of all, the end of Vigilantes was so sick, right? When they actually did the celebration or like the send-off party for, for Captain Celebrity.
Yeah.
Obviously, number 6 had all those exploding Nomu.
Yep.
Do they even call it Nomu yet? I don't think so.
No, I think this is like pre
projects.
I think this is like pre-Nomu. Like this is what the stuff that the research that they're doing now on these things is probably going to lead to the Nomu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while they're on top of like this big space needle, I guess you could. It's kind of like the Space Needle in Seattle. It kind of looks like that, except it's like they called it like the egg or something like that. The sky egg.
Yeah, the sky egg.
Sky egg. A lot higher up, of course. And so these exploding Nomu come in and try to destroy it. And since it's like a giant arena on top of this like thin
needle,
of metal, they just hit the bottom infrastructure and it started, started toppling over. There was a bunch of people there, obviously, and other professional heroes.
Yeah.
Even Washing Machine Man.
Washing Machine.
Or his name's Wash.
Yeah. Sorry. Washman. Best Genus.
The rabbit girl, I forgot her name.
Yeah.
Why am I eating that again?
The rabbit girl. I don't remember her name either off the top of my head right now. Oh, the dude, the punchy dude, the one that retired during the war. Yeah. Because he's like, I can't be a hero anymore.
Yeah.
He was there.
Yeah. They had a lot of good ones.
Wasn't Aizawa there too, or did he show up during the fight?
I think he showed up during the fight.
He was with the police.
Because he was, yeah. So, what's up, Benathan? Yeah, I got a spicy one.
Yeah, I know. Well, we pulled ours off the same one, and I was like, this is good. This is just good and grape. He's like, yeah, it's great. And I was like, yeah. And then he's like, oh, this is starting to get spicy. I'm like, no, it's not.
It's starting to get warm. So basically, it's not that spicy. It's just weird, right? Because you expect just sweet and sour. And then after I got through all the coating on top of it, then it started getting a little bit hot. But it's not like, because I haven't even like had a drink or anything, so it's not bad. But it's definitely weird. For sure. All right. So.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a spicy one.
See, it's just weird, right? It's like you feel the warmness in your mouth when you're eating just like a sour candy. All right. So. Captain Celebrity was so sick in this, right? Because he's basically like the hero of the whole thing, because he kept that space egg or the sky egg from toppling over basically the entire time, like by himself. And then we get our hero, the crawler.
Yeah, the crawler.
No, the crawler. He's able to use, his energy blast and stuff now, and he's able to stick to things. So he was able to get down there with him while these exploding Noma were coming at Captain Celebrity, one right after another, and trying to hold him off.
Yeah.
Right. So he gave Captain Celebrity more time to hold the freaking space egg up.
And we also kind of learned more about how Captain Celebrity's power works, because we thought for all of like season 1, his power, like they only say that his quirk is flight. Right. But that's not true. But they say it's flight. And so we've been like, well, obviously he has more quirks than just flight.
Right.
Because he can lift school buses, like obviously.
Or keep the sky egg from falling.
Right.
Which is
so
huge.
What it is, and it actually is way more cool than I thought. It's like, so he creates this like, I guess like invisible energy field around him.
Yeah, and it's like protective.
It's protective, but it allows him to fly because he can control himself, like his range of motion, kind of like almost like a Viltrumite smart atoms kind of thing. Like not the same, but like kind of, so he can just kind of give himself full range of motion in the air to fly, but he can also extend that energy field to other things to be able to lift them. Like a school bus or the sky egg, or, and he could protect, he could, in theory, go full speed carrying somebody else without worrying about them getting ripped apart from the G's.
Those little girls that
because he can, his energy field will protect them from it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really cool. But he was getting beat because he could only, have his energy shield, whatever you want to call it, up so much. And so he was getting his ass beat. And so he was kind of ready to,
die.
To die. He said, I hope that I make, my family proud and die a hero. But Koichi was not going to let him do that. So he stupidly jumped for Captain Celebrity, even though he can't fly. So basically, Captain Celebrity had to save Koichi. But in that turn, he didn't die. He got seriously injured, of course. But he didn't die, thank God.
Well, it's a good thing that Koichi did that, though, because, like you said, Captain Celebrity was just going to let himself die.
Yeah, he was going.
But he clearly could have saved himself if he could save Koichi. So, but that just goes to prove that he really, at his core, is a hero.
And we finally got to meet his wife.
Yeah.
Who was very spicy.
Yep. I think over the course of these 2 seasons, Captain Celebrity has easily, moved himself up into my top 5, maybe even top 3 favorite heroes from My Hero.
Yeah, he's
like pro heroes.
He was originally like an egomaniac, and now he's soft-hearted, caring. Treats his wife well. Obviously, she's the only one that can make him bend the knee, which some of us need you know, to get humbled a little bit.
Yeah.
By
whether you're a
significant
man
other
or a woman, no matter if you like men or women, everybody needs a partner who can check your ego.
Yeah, exactly. So that was pretty cool to see. And then we also got to see the hero of the day by, you know, media perspective at the moment was
All Might stepped in at the last second and got most of the credit.
Yeah, because the whole thing was like going to fall down, right?
Yeah.
Captain Celebrity couldn't hold it up anymore. He went to sacrifice himself, saved Koichi and himself. The whole thing was still going to fall over. And the best genius tried his best to get like steel, like fiber and stuff like that.
They were using those steel fibers
but that
can
wasn't,
like hold tons of weight.
It wasn't enough.
Still wasn't
They
enough.
still had basically like unlimited exploding Nomu as well. And so then All Might comes in because of the call that the detective gave him because his sister was there, who is the manager of Captain Celebrity. And hey, how's it going?
We're doing good.
And so All Might comes in really fast, basically saves all these people, takes the sky egg from up in the air, puts it on the ground gently, and then with all these, like the rest of these exploding Nomu coming in, he just one punch, just put them all in a vortex and made them all explode, and then he just saved the day. It was sick. What's up, Nick? So it was a really cool ending. Captain Celebrity goes to America. I forgot her name, but his manager, she's going to, because she's I forgot what she was doing there. Like
she's going to study in New York.
Yeah. So he was afraid of going without her because she basically saved him on so many occasions with the media and everything. So you know they're going to be together as well. Also, Knuckle Duster, former O'Clock, Fault number 6, who now has the overclock quirk. And that was pretty cool too. Knuckle Duster was so badass, was just like shooting him with the shotgun.
He was
got exploded twice.
You know, he was showing how, if you know how a speedster thinks, how even somebody with no powers might be able to, I guess, like counter a speedster's abilities and be able to fight them on equal footing.
And you got to think,
or equal footing.
And we're already going past time talking about this because we have a lot to talk about. But you got to think, if you have overclocked your mind so many times, then it's got to work kind of in super speed normally anyway, because your perception can't just go back every single time.
I guess that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that helps him as well, just the experience.
Yeah, that might be. And that might be why he's so good at just fighting like people with quirks when he doesn't have one anymore.
Exactly. But it was a great ending to the season. I can't wait for season 3, whenever that's going to be.
And we're in the time skip era now.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah. So
2 years later.
So they're going to be older, and I'm guessing their powers are going to be more refined. So we'll see how that goes. But
you saw Koichi fight those guys in the street, right? He was just with his eyes closed, like ultra, you know, like, he's definitely getting better.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. So can't wait. Apparently, also that the crawler was in the background of one of the MHA episodes.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it on social media. I don't know if it was AI generated or not, but it was this guy that looked just like Koichi. He was on like a lamppost or something, just watching. Like he didn't do anything.
That probably, if that's true, it probably would have been somewhere between season 6 and 8, because I'm pretty sure that the Vigilantes manga came out after much of the show had already come out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it could be, especially if you know how his story ends up, which I don't. Yeah, but
all right. Yeah.
Next.
So, yep. I can't tell if it's hot yet or not. We're eating spicy ghost pepper roulette, like sour punch straws. Some of them are spicy, some of them aren't. I got one spicy one, he got one spicy one, but they're not that spicy.
No, I definitely expected more from a ghost pepper challenge or whatever.
It's just weird. It's weird more than anything. Okay, so now when you talk about JJK, I'm sorry we're going fast, but we also have Invincible and the boys to talk about. That's the main thing we're going to talk about. So, what's up?
And Maul.
Oh, yeah. And Maul.
And Maul, we have 4 episodes of that to talk about.
God bless. Okay, let me drink. Okay. All right, so JJK, so they ended up getting the 100 points from the judge guy, or like the prosecutor guy.
Yeah.
That Yuji fought. And then Fushiguro and this other cursed user I've never seen before. He was so sick, but he was kind of like this, I don't know how to, like a circus performer. Like, I don't know, he was very quirky and just weird.
Yep.
And very like upbeat. But this dude was super strong, and they were fighting this group of cursed users who were like breaking Fushiguro down, right? And this guy comes in and just like, then it was an even match. It was like 2-on-2, I think.
Yeah.
And this guy comes in and just like fucks him up. And I don't know where it came from or where he went. I don't know if he's going to be in it more than he was in.
Probably, because I know like a lot of characters, you know, still haven't been introduced yet. Because he has like still going to be coming in.
He has like a copy curse technique. Like he can like copy other people's techniques. So,
and that's pretty like, that's something that you would think that you would see later on, you know, that he'd keep coming up.
But it was like this middle-aged dude just coming in and fuck shit up, and then it just goes on his merry way. And then we get to see, and I'm sorry I'm skipping through a lot of stuff, but Fushiguro uses his domain expansion.
Yeah.
And even though it was incomplete, but he lured this guy into a gymnasium, like a school gymnasium. So it helped create the domain expansion and helped seal him within his shadow, basically, like his shadow domain or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Or his pocket universe or whatever you want to call it. You know, where he puts his
like
sword and stuff. And
like Darkwing and Invincible or Jinwoo even.
Yeah. So normally this little shadow universe, whatever you want to call it, is like just big enough for a couple of items or like his sword or whatever it may be. But with his domain expansion, the whole thing becomes his shadow.
Yeah.
And so different things can, anything that basically touches it can get sucked in his shadow, right? But the guy that he was fighting basically used receipts. And it was weird, a weird curse technique. But he used what was on these receipts to basically make things come out, right? Like he basically redeemed what was on the receipt. So basically like a bus ticket. Here comes a bus, right? Just comes out of nowhere. And he can do like thousands at a time and flood them. And so he was like flooding his domain with all of these giant objects like cars and stuff. And because hi wife.
Yeah, you're fine.
Fushiguro, basically anything that goes in his like shadow domain like weighs on him, right? Yeah. So all these cars and stuff, it was all that weight was pushing on him physically.
Oh shit. Okay, so that's a good way to counteract that ability.
And he was trying to drag this dude into his shadow, and like it's kind of like water where you can't breathe in it.
Okay.
But it's not like water where you can swim in it. So you just sink.
Yeah. Okay.
So there were many, many times where he almost got him, but then and he was sinking to the bottom, and then this dude comes flying up in a damn car or on top of a damn car. But he ended up beating him. Okay, after almost like being smothered to death by everything that was in his little domain. But he did end up beating him. And then, and so then with that, I think that was it for our guys. But then we go to I forget his name, the special grade sorcerer, who's been like looking after Yuji, who killed him, but
I don't remember
then
his
brought him
name.
back to life. So he's fighting these two like really powerful users, and also a cursed spirit.
Okay,
it's like a cockroach. They can like flood a bunch of like cockroaches.
Disgusting.
Yeah, and it's very strong. And so they all end up fighting each other. He's kicking ass, but these guys are very, very strong. God, I don't remember how it fucking ends, but
it probably doesn't.
No, but because I did not expect the season to end. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, he does end up beating him because he's badass. He has that cursed spirit that's attached to him that's got like the one eye and is very powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a guy. So a guy that had like a pompadour, like greaser hairstyle, could like shoot like lasers out of his fucking head, like pompadour, like hairstyle. And then a girl that could basically use anything as like a reflective surface or anything like that. So she like bends like space and time almost.
Okay.
Which is weird.
Interesting how that would work.
Yeah. So there he was fighting them two, but they weren't like friends with each other. So they were kind of fighting each other too. It was like kind of like this battle royale situation. Yeah. So it was a lot of action, really cool. But he ended up winning. I don't exactly remember how, but then I go back and I look to see if there are more episodes out. I'm like waiting.
Yeah.
And nothing else has come out after that. So I don't know if they're taking like a break
or if it's actually done.
It wouldn't make sense because there's nothing that's like finalized about that.
Yeah.
They were just in like the Tokyo colony battling, but like the culling game is still like
if I
at the beginning of the
correctly
situation.
Just I haven't read the manga, but just from what I've read online about it, apparently the culling game is by far like the longest arc in the manga. So like it might span like 2 seasons.
Yeah, but not a lot. I feel like not a lot happened as far as the.
That's what I'm saying.
Situation.
As far as like
being,
I know I haven't finished the season, but as far as I am, I really feel like very little has actually happened.
Yeah, I mean we had a lot of like warm up of talking about the culling game.
Yeah, a lot of exposition.
And then getting to the colony to get into the culling game.
Yeah.
And then we've had some sick battles in the culling game, like at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
And then it just stopped. So it's like I don't know where they're going right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's ended and we're waiting for another season, which will be however many years from now.
I need to finish the season and then I need to rewatch it, like just like kind of binge it from start to finish instead of doing like weeks at a time, between episodes.
Yeah.
Because I need to rewatch it again and then maybe even read the manga because I swear to you, I have not understood what's happening since Shibuya.
Yeah, like I do need to watch it in dub because I've been watching it in sub.
Yeah,
and a lot has happened. And I've talked about this in our past episodes that it's like so much information is just shot at you at one time.
Yeah,
and then there's action, and it's still a little confusing about like what they're doing.
Yeah,
what their purpose is. In this whole thing. I know they're trying to make a new rule. I think they already made a new rule. I don't remember what it was. Oh, yeah. You can transfer points from one another.
Yeah. We were talking about that.
So that you don't have to kill somebody to get their points. So you can transfer your points now to people. So the first rule...
They can pool their points together.
First rule that was created was you can pull up information on other cursed users that are in the culling games.
Yeah.
Second one was you can transfer your points to other people. So that's it. I think they're still gonna try to make a rule by using 100 points to be able to get yourself out of the culling game without dying.
Yeah, that would probably be the next thing.
Yeah, so I think that's why they did the whole transferable thing, so that they don't have to kill any more people to.
No, but hopefully
to get to that point.
They are smart though, and they wait until they've accrued enough points for everyone to leave together. Because if they don't, if they're just like, okay, we've got 100 points, you're leaving the game. We got 100 points. You're leaving the game. You know, eventually you're going to wear yourselves down to where somebody's left and probably won't get out.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know how they're going to, I don't know what rule they're going to make to get out. So it might not even be 100 points. It may be just like you have to do something, or I don't know. Well, so I guess we'll see the next season or the continuation of this season. We'll see what happens. But it's still, I need to rewatch it. A lot happened, and not a lot happened at the same time.
Yeah, and because everything is so exposition heavy here and things are moving so quickly, like I feel like this season is definitely not something that you can watch the way that we've been watching. Like it needs to be okay from start to finish and really paying attention the whole time.
For sure.
Because
there's a lot. It's so complicated.
I can watch other shows like this, and I can be reading manga or reading comics while I'm watching something. Usually, especially if it's in dub. Yeah. But like, this is not one of those shows I can do that.
No, definitely not. But so that's JJK for right now. So we'll see where that goes. I guess next we can talk about Maul.
Okay. Because really, even though it's been 4 episodes, like not a lot so much has happened that we can talk about it pretty quickly.
Yeah, exactly. So one, he's really badass,
freaking badass, as we knew,
and he's basically trying to bring up like his Crimson Dawn.
Yeah,
or is this right before the Crimson Dawn?
So this is before the Crimson Dawn. So he's still
just
still
like
the Shadow
Walls.
Yeah, it's like still the Shadow Collective. Just the few people that are still loyal to him. Yeah. So he has at least like one tribe of male Dathomiri warriors, just like him,
which I thought was cool.
Yeah. So he's got his.
Didn't expect to see them.
If it's not his actual tribe, it's just one of the tribes from the planet. But I like to think that it's actually his tribe where him and his brother come from. And then there's a few Death Watch members that are still with Maul, a few Mandalorians, which is cool. Oh, awesome. We love Mandalorians, but 2, I'm actually kind of impressed to see that after everything, after all that's happened over the last, several years for them, there's still some of these Mandalorians that are still loyal to Maul. Yeah.
Even after the Mandalorian Wars. And
I mean, that's actually really impressive. And also, Maul has now been captured by the Emperor once, because in the Clone Wars, Palpatine captured him. Yeah. He escaped, got back together with the Death Watch, and then he was captured by the Jedi, and then escaped, and now we're back at it. But like, it's just impressive that they're still sticking around for this.
Yeah. So really cool. The Shadow Collective is, as you would think, a very like secretive but like highly feared like group, right?
Yeah. But they've lost a lot of clout in the streets since the last time Maul got captured, I guess, because all of the alliances that he made. So like he has his core group still, but not all of them. It's even his core group is a lot smaller than it used to be. And then all of their allies, like the Pikes, the Hutts, I can't specifically, the Black Sun, they've all betrayed Maul and they're not with the Shadow Collective anymore.
Yeah. And so he was going after these like leaders of these underground groups who betrayed him. And this is kind of how he meets his new underling, right?
Which underling?
The one that is probably going to be
the Jedi.
Darth Talon.
At least modeled after her. Yeah.
So she's a Twi'lek, right?
Yeah. Her name is Devin.
And she's just like a little girl at this point, right? Yeah,
she was probably a Padawan during the Clone Wars.
So she's following around. This is how she ends up getting locked up, and like starts the process of Maul meeting her. She steals food because like they're in hiding, right? They're part of the Jedi, and she's with this Jedi Master. I'm guessing he's a Jedi Master or Jedi something, or Jedi Knight, whatever. But she tries to steal this food because they're hungry, and all they're doing is like begging for food. And she's tired of it, which I mean I can understand. But she gets caught, she gets arrested, put in jail, and it just so happens that's the same jail that this like outlaw leader, I forgot his name,
very
the very small dude who the tiny dude, he gets locked up in a cell right across from her.
Yep.
And Maul is going to break him out because he was going to kill him, right?
Yep.
Because for betraying him.
Yeah. But then, of course, you know, he weasels his way out of it with a deal. He's like, well, hold up. If you let me live, I can lead you to all the other leaders that are in hiding, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Right. And then I'll kill you after. Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah.
Exactly. So he breaks him out, and then Maul sees, because he can also feel, I'm guessing, the
force, I imagine he can sense it in her. Yeah.
And he breaks her out. And of course, as like a not a slave, but kind of, he tells her she's not a prisoner, but she still has cuffs on, right? Because he knows that she's part of the Jedi.
What it is a test.
Yeah.
It's a test of her resolve, and to see, like, okay, is this one that can potentially be useful to me? But if so, he wants her to find her own path to it.
Yeah.
You know, because even like with Ezra, you know, he wanted Ezra to be his apprentice. He wanted to train him to be a Sith.
Yeah.
But he always, and you kind of have to respect this.
Yeah.
He gave him choices, you know.
Exactly. I mean, do what you will with Maul, but I love Maul.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he's one of my favorite characters in the whole Star Wars universe.
And I think, too, there's something to be said about how he does it a little bit differently than Palpatine, because Palpatine did the same thing with Anakin and Dooku. He gave them choices. You know, they could have chosen to not, you know, work with him. But with Palpatine, it's different.
Highly influenced.
Because they're highly influenced and they're being manipulated.
Yeah.
Things are being manipulated around them for that.
Yeah.
Whereas with, in Rebels, with Ezra at least, Maul only ever just gave him a choice. Right. Yes, there were manipulations, like he did threaten his friends and this and that, but like at the end of the day, no, all that was for the holocron specifically. That wasn't for him to be his apprentice. Right. He wanted a holocron, so that was different.
Yeah, very true.
So when it came to just being his student, even when he eventually stopped and didn't want to train with him anymore, he was like, okay, I'll be here whenever you're ready, you know, and
exactly.
You got to respect that.
Yeah. No, I love Maul. He's so fucking badass. But, so anyway, so I'm guessing he's going to be doing along the same things with her, but they do take her to his hideout, which is like underground. You know, he tells her, you know, you're not a prisoner here. You know, you can leave when you want, but then puts her in like a vault.
Yeah.
But anyway, she of course, she was tired of the hiding, right? So I think that's going to play into this a lot.
Oh yeah,
because she was a Jedi youngling, as we can tell, but I think that she was questioning the way that they were living at this time.
Yeah,
begging for food and living in the streets and having to hide. So I think, as Maul gives her more opportunities to be free, then I think she's going to go along with it.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. And because they basically do what they want. I mean, of course, they're in hiding too, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's definitely not the
same. Because when someone finds out where they are, Maul doesn't hide. He's like, okay, well, you found me. You're going to wish you hadn't done that.
The shit out of him. Yeah. Kills him. But no, I mean, that's basically all that's really happened so far, but it's really cool to see this side of Maul and to see how he got to the point of, you know, when we see him in Rebels.
Did you watch all 4 episodes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and, but I wish, not I wish, but yes, I do. I wish that we had more encounters with Maul and Vader in the same room.
Oh, yeah. Well, we might.
Yeah, but that was so fucking cool because, you know, the whole Empire wants to kill Maul, right? Yeah. And so Vader, like, saw him, right, and was, you know, wants to kill him, right? So, you know, it would be so sick to see, like, a legitimate, like, lightsaber battle between them two that, God, just imagine if that was, like, in live action, too.
Well, and, you know, what's also kind of funny is, like, Anakin and Maul, I don't think they ever saw each other in the Clone Wars.
No.
Yeah, they never fought, never even crossed paths. Like whenever Maul fought somebody, it was always Obi-Wan.
Right.
And then in the end of the war, it was Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it would be cool to see Vader fight Maul. We know who's going to win that, but it would still be cool nonetheless.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Now, I think if they do have a duel where between Vader and Maul, I think it'll probably happen like this, where he's turned the Jedi into his apprentice. She's like committed to him. They're giving it all they got against Vader.
Yeah.
And then Vader is going to do them, and specifically her, the way Palpatine did Savage during their fight.
Yeah.
You know?
I can see that for sure.
Because we know that they don't kill Maul, you know? I don't know if that's by choice or if he just escapes. You know, we'll see, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But, and maybe we won't even, because this is at the beginning of the Age of the Empire. Right. Maul doesn't, well, I mean, we don't know exactly when he loses control of his criminal syndicate. But when we see him, I think 2 years before A New Hope in Rebels, he's been stuck on Malachor for who knows how long.
Yeah, he's been in that Sith temple.
Yeah.
Kind of shielded in hiding from the rest of the universe or the galaxy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's really cool nonetheless. I mean, he's still very agile, even with his fake legs.
I think he's going to be a pretty good teacher for this girl too, for Devin, because I mean, he helped her, well, not helped her, but you know, when she insinuated that she was a prisoner in the vault, in that vault cell or whatever, he was like, "Are you?" And he's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yeah, I can't get out of here." And he's like, "You can't." He's like, "I don't know if that's true."
Yeah.
And you know, he left, and then she gets angry and she busts out, you know, and then she sneaks up on him. No, she tries to sneak up on him, and he's just sitting there pouring some tea. They have a good little conversation for a little bit. He steals her lightsaber, tries to escape, or she steals his lightsaber, tries to escape. They have a little duel where we see that, I mean, as of right now, she could not touch him even if she wanted to. No. I mean, he was just playing with her. But then he let her
you would expect that.
Yeah. But then she got past him, and he let her go.
That's just the kind of person Maul is.
That's right. A real good Samaritan. So I'm sure it's going to end up being like, for whatever reason or another, she's going to end up choosing to come back to Maul.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because even if she meets up with her old master, who I'm guessing that lizard guy is.
That's what I'm assuming.
I think she's still going to be just fed up with everything that is in that situation. Yeah. You know, of living like that. I think that she's going to be fed up because she's still young, right? And you know how young people, no matter if you're Jedi or not, want to do something exciting.
Ooh, you know, it would be a good way to kind of push her into Maul is if, so you know how the police are trying to avoid getting the Empire involved.
Yeah.
I think it would be interesting if once they do get the Empire involved, because the target is Maul, they're probably going to send Inquisitors.
Oh, yeah.
And when the Inquisitors arrive, I think what will end up happening is they will either capture or kill her master. And then that's going to kind of push her more to Maul.
Yeah. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how strong he is, but if you're not a Jedi Master, and even if you are a Jedi Master and you send in like 2 or 3 Inquisitors, like that's pretty hard to deal with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
even Obi-Wan had to like run away a few times, and
yeah. Now, granted, he was a little rusty at the time.
Yeah, but still.
But he got it all back, and I think by the end of Kenobi, he was more powerful than he was in Revenge of the Sith. So.
Yep. And was this just fandom? I think I sent it to you, but they're coming out with a new season of Kenobi.
I haven't heard that, and I feel like I probably would have, but let me see.
I usually send him like anything that I see, whether it's like AI or not, because there's always like a little chance that it could be true. And he's the one that does all the research. So if anybody knows, it'd be him.
Okay, so there are a lot of rumors, and Ewan McGregor has said that he wants to do,
but it hasn't been officially confirmed.
But there's not been an official confirmation from Disney or Lucasfilm.
Well, that would be super sick. Also, what's his name again? The guy that plays Maul,
Sam Witwer.
Witwer,
the man.
He talked about reviving Starkiller as well. I did see that.
Yeah.
Which would be... Okay, I think it would be cool, right, to have like a little short, either series or like a short like movie about Starkiller, because of course you can't like put him in like canon or anything like that because he's super overpowered, right?
Unless, of course, they trim him down. So there was actually, this almost happened years ago when Rebels was going on, right? Where Filoni had the idea, they were playing with the idea of making Starkiller canon, but in this concept, he would have been one of the Inquisitors rather than Vader's secret apprentice. He might have been an Inquisitor who was favored by Vader, you know, and maybe like Vader took an interest in, but he would have just been an Inquisitor. And I think they felt that wouldn't be fitting of that character, so they just scrapped it.
Yeah.
So I mean, they could do something. I hope they don't make him an Inquisitor. If they do, you know, bring him in some capacity. But
that would be weird.
Yeah. I mean, it would be cool for sure. I just, I don't know how they're going to, I don't know how they would fit that in too well. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know either, but it would be cool if even if it was just like a one-off, like, here you go, you know, that'd be pretty cool. But, anyway, so Maul has been pretty cool so far. We'll see where it goes from there. We already have some theories, so we'll see if that comes true. But God, we are running out of time. Oh well.
What time do we need to stop?
Probably about 30 minutes.
Okay, so we can get a little bit. Yeah. I mean, we're 42 minutes in. We've talked about a lot. We can get a lot more talk about in 30 minutes.
All right, so the big two that we want to talk about, right?
Oh, yeah.
Invincible
and the boys.
Hell yeah. So let's talk about Invincible first.
Okay.
Because the big one's going to be the boys. So,
do you remember where we left off with this? It was the Hell episode, right?
It was right before the Hell episode.
Okay.
So we hadn't talked about the Hell episode.
Not much to talk about there.
Yeah, the Hell episode was just kind of like a one-off. You know, it was pretty cool to see.
It was cool. I enjoyed it. I did. But
and the whole they spun like the Hell thing where it's because of Hell that like humans are able to live.
Oh yeah,
like free lives because they're protecting them from like the civilization that had come before.
Yeah, the precursor race of Earth or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know, it was a cool little concept. It was cool seeing Damien Dark again and like getting in his Hell armor and everything and seeing them fight. That was fun. And I did enjoy the little banter of them when they were free falling down the endless pit.
Where he's like, "Well, why'd your helmet do that?"
He's like, "Do what?"
Every time you talk,
it's like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah, that was fun. But and this could just be me being extra nitpicky because I think when I watched this, I watched this episode right after watching an episode of JJK, and so I'm like, "Oh my God, the animation is painful to watch." And not that like, you know, I think, oh, Invincible has horrible animation always. It isn't always horrible, but they cut corners a lot.
Yeah.
So that their big fight scenes can be really good, and that's cool. I'm glad that the important fight scenes are well animated.
Right.
But with the kind of budget you would expect Invincible on Amazon to have, you would think that they could make things look better.
Right.
You know, I mean, Mappa makes JJK in a basement with scraps. You know, they just work their animators to the point of like near death, and like it's actually a really big problem. It's like they get in a lot of trouble and stuff.
That's not good.
There's a horrible reputation for their for the company that makes JJK.
Yeah.
But the results speak for themselves.
We enjoy it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. But so it was just, it's kind of it sucks when you have an entire episode that you can see is the whole purpose of it is, yes, they are telling that story that Kirkman never got a chance to do in the comics. So that's cool. But the main purpose of this episode was to save money on animation so that the war would look good. And it did. But yeah, that's what it was. Just a money saver episode.
Yeah. Well, moving on.
The war.
Yes. So the Viltrumite war. Holy shit.
You're fully caught up so far?
Yes, yes.
I mean, I know another one comes tomorrow, but...
Yeah, fully caught up. So we have Alan. We have the teenage girl. I forgot her name. Zoe. Yes, Zoe with like the space armor or like this armor that like self heals. She's kind of like Iron Man.
Tech jacket.
Oh, that's Tech Jacket. Yeah. Okay, God.
So
bless it.
In the comics, Tech Jacket is a man.
Okay, maybe that's why I didn't put it together.
The reason why they changed it, the biggest reason is because in the comics, Zach, that's Tech Jacket's name, not Zoe, in the comic book, he like literally, okay, if I showed you a comic panel of Mark and Zach standing side by side with him not having his armor on and Mark not wearing his costume,
they look the same.
They look exactly the same. He's like, they're not modeled after each other per se, but they look almost exactly the same. So I think that's the reason they changed him to a female for the show, or
so that Ollie could have a love interest. But he likes lobsters.
Possibly, yeah. So yes, he ends up in the comics. His wife is a bug creature. Alien.
Which in his defense, he's half bug person.
Yeah, and have Viltrumite. None of him is human.
Yeah.
Like he says earlier in the season, or maybe it was the last season, to Mark, he doesn't view humanity the same way that he does because he's not human.
Right.
I mean, he's never been human. He's raised on Earth, but like he has perfect recall in his memory.
Yeah.
He remembers conversations that happened while he was in the middle of being birthed,
Which,
like,
God, I can't imagine.
I can't.
That would be very traumatic.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. But anyway, Alan and Zoe, Mark, Nolan, and Oliver were all on their way to Telescria to join the war effort. They were going to meet up, and probably, it would have been really cool to see them, just several episodes of them just big battlefields and big,
for sure,
them taking planets and stuff.
Yeah.
But what we got was pretty cool too.
Mm-hmm.
So on the way to Telescria, the ship that's carrying them, which is like a parody ship of like the Star Trek crew.
Yeah. So Alan's wife had to commandeer it. We already talked about this.
Yeah.
Part.
So it's under Telia's command. They're on the way to Telescria. Well, they get ambushed by a Viltrumite warship, and their ship gets basically destroyed. They have to eject like the command bridge or whatever and escape the battle. But and it's unfortunate that I think it was Mark. I mean, no, it was Nolan and Oliver that were in the back of the ship.
And Mark went to go.
And Mark and Alan
try to save them.
And Zoe, they all went to go save them.
Yeah.
So they're in the middle of this fight. They're fighting two Viltrumites, Lucan from season 2, and some other guy that we...
But they kind of seem like lower ranking members because they kind of fuck up all the time.
Yeah, and two, I make this argument a lot when I talk about Invincible to people. Like, Lucan is no joke for sure, but if we really examine the fight on Thraxa, like Nolan, like Mark was not doing anything for most of the fight, and half of the fight he was just trying to get Oliver and his mom to safety.
Yeah,
for a good portion of that fight, Nolan was fighting Thula, Lucan, and Vidor all at the same time, and he was not losing.
Yeah.
Like, I think for him to be able to fight 3 Viltrumites together at the same time, that tells me you're right. Of the Viltrumites that are left, these might not be the top of the top.
Right.
You know.
Exactly. You can keep going.
No, what you looking?
Just so I can get all the character names right.
Oh, okay.
You know how I was.
Yeah.
Because I suck with names.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be like, no, Sean, you don't suck with names.
Well, I don't like to lie to the viewers. Yeah, so they're in the middle of getting, their fight, and then Conquest shows up out of the ship as well.
Yeah,
because he's still alive.
Yeah. And he escapes Earth, and I don't know why they thought that they would be able to keep him as a prisoner. Stupid Cecil.
No, that really was stupid. And and we know that he could have implanted something in his head to do that sound frequency thing, but he didn't.
No. Unless he's just like out of range by the time that.
So if they can trigger the entire facility to blow up the second he tries to escape, why couldn't they trigger the sound device to go off at the same time?
That's true.
I just don't think they did it. Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid Cecil.
Or at the very least, you'd think maybe when they were about to leave Earth, if he did have that device implanted in him and he was out of range, he'd be like, Mark, here's a little switch. Hopefully you don't have to use it, but you'll know what I mean right. When it's time to use it.
Yeah.
But yeah, great fight with Conquest and everybody. It was cool getting to see kind of Nolan go up against him for a minute.
Yeah.
And then Oliver really impressed me too in that fight. Obviously, he's not strong enough yet to 1v1 a Viltrumite on his own.
Yeah.
Like a grown Viltrumite. But you can tell how much stronger he already is than he was in season 3.
Oh, for sure.
Because when he's so much faster. He was actually giving Conquest the slip for a minute. And then when he was like pummeling into Conquest's side, Conquest was feeling those punches. You could see that he was actually being hurt a little bit.
And he was a lot faster too.
Yeah.
But Conquest is still Conquest. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that battle between Conquest and Mark, holy shit. Mark literally had his hands around Conquest's neck. The entire time, he said, "You're not going to breathe ever again." And he was right.
Yep.
I mean, good God, even getting his ass beat while he was holding both hands on his neck.
Yeah.
And getting his intestines ripped out.
And I mean, and he was digging those intestines out. I mean,
and Mark was still holding on to his neck.
I think that was the most gruesome animated fight I've seen.
Like I
anime.
I went when that was happening. Like Jesus Christ, that was really bad. Yeah, and I thought the knocking Adam Eve's jaw off of her face was bad, but this was pretty bad. And he was digging his intestines out and everything, and Mark still was holding on, and finally he killed Conquest.
Yep. For good.
And Mark also, we thought, could have passed.
Yeah.
Because all of his intestines were just laying out. Yeah.
He was recovering on that planet.
Was it for 2 months?
2 months.
Yeah.
2 months. And they probably were in space for like a week. They said it was a 2-week flight from Earth to Telescria, and they were like halfway there, I think. So probably about a week. So yeah, he's for a little over 2 months. They've been gone from Earth now, and almost that whole time he was just trying to survive.
But I am glad that happened, because Nolan and Oliver got to get to know each other more.
Yeah.
And Oliver, told him finally that, like, I used to look up to you. I wanted to be you, all these things.
I was like, what do you think the O on my chest stands for?
And Nolan, and I do give it to Nolan. And he's really trying his, he can never take back what he's done.
Right.
But he's trying his best to
do better.
Do better.
Yeah.
He's literally fighting his own people to extinction.
Yeah.
Just about. And he's training Oliver now, which Oliver desperately needs. I mean, he's very strong, but to fight, massive number of Viltrumites.
And unlike the training that Mark's been giving him for the last couple months on Earth, like to be a superhero, Nolan is training him
Viltrumite.
Yeah, he is training him in Viltrumite combat.
Yeah, exactly.
How to fight to the death and kill and not be killed.
Yeah, and Oliver's learning, and
he's getting better.
He's getting licks on Nolan, which is huge because Nolan is one of the most powerful Viltrumites.
Yeah. I think now at this point, he still might not be able to fully 1v1 an adult Viltrumite completely on his own, but you give him one support character, even a weaker one like Zoe, and he might win now.
Yeah, because I think that part of his was a Thraxan genetics could be that he can learn fast too.
It is.
So
they don't. And I mean, they talk about it in terms of like his education.
Yeah.
But in the comics, they also talk about how it applies to his physical training as well.
And that would make a lot of sense. Yeah. So, and that's definitely much needed right now because he's still a kid, but he's learning from one of the best.
Yeah.
And he is learning fast. And in this span of 2 months, as you said, he's going to actually put up a lot more of a fight now.
Yeah.
In the war
than he would have previously. Otherwise. Yeah.
He could have pretty much died easily.
I mean, yeah, like he would have had to have and he wouldn't have done this because he at the time he was so mad at Nolan. But realistically, if they hadn't have gotten this training, he would have had to not leave the side of either Alan, Nolan, or Mark. Because if he leaves one of their sides, he's gonna get his ass beat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's gonna get
now
killed.
He might be able to hold off until he can get help.
Yeah. So they get to what's Alan's home planet again?
Well, his home planet was Unopa. Or they went to Telescria, the capital of the Coalition.
Sorry, yeah, so the capital of the Coalition. And Thragg is like, let's just hit him where it hurts, right? And of course, they do
that mole that could disable the security defenses.
Bastard. Yeah. So freaking keyboard warrior.
Yep.
So they do go to invade this planet, and they destroy the building where they're all holding a meeting, right?
Yep.
And luckily Thaddeus is a Viltrumite. And a strong one at that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Which I expected him to be strong. But
he has not gotten rusty in the millennia since he left the Empire.
So so Thragg sends his lieutenants. I forgot their names. The guy with the red eye.
So that's General Craig.
General Craig. So and what was the woman's name that fought Mark that one time?
Anissa.
And there was one other one, I think. Or were those the only two lieutenants?
I think
I thought there was one other one.
Let me look up.
I could be wrong.
Let me look up. I think you're right though.
Of course, they had other Viltrumites there. But
they had
but the ones of note, the one that's the strongest ones. It was definitely those two. Thragg himself was still in the ship. He wasn't fighting himself. He was still with what's his nuts Skull, their previous emperor.
Yeah. Okay. So it was General Craig, Anissa, Lucan, Thula, and Vidor.
Okay.
The squad that attacked them on Thraxa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then there was a massive fist fight. A massive battle. And they do deploy their alien slaves too, to fight them. And so that's really what Zoe and Oliver were really good at fighting because they got nothing on them. But freaking Thaddeus, good God, when he was fighting, God, what was it, General Craig?
Oh yeah, General Craig.
Yeah, God, he was beating the shit out of him, and he is massive. He is.
Oh, he's
he's swole, dude.
Absolutely.
And it's just this old guy with this long white beard and just swole. So anyway, they're fighting each other, and it's pretty even for a bit, but then they end up destroying was it Mark and we do get to see Space Racer too.
Yeah.
Space Racer does kill one of the Viltrumites in one shot. I forgot which one. The the stupid one.
He kills that one. It was the one that was with Lucan.
Yeah.
The one that ambushed that was trying to get Alan and Zoe.
He shoots him with his like black hole gun.
Yep. Kills him instantly.
Kills him instantly. Shoots him through the belly, and also destroys their Viltrumite ship with one shot.
Yeah. I imagine the reason why it killed him instantly also is the part that it took out. It probably got his heart, and that's like those are like the two things that a Viltrumite can't regenerate from is brain death or their heart being destroyed. As long as they have their brain and their heart, they can usually survive something. But he died instantly.
It was absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So Space Racer, thank God he's in the fight. But they end up Mark and who else was it that destroyed the ship that Thragg was in?
Oh, well, the ones who destroyed the ship was just Mark and Oliver.
Mark and Oliver.
Yep.
Yeah. So they destroyed the ship that Thragg was in.
Ballsy.
Yeah, very ballsy, but
they didn't know Thragg was there,
right.
But ballsy.
And Thragg could have just gone out himself and destroyed shit, but he ended up calling the Viltrumites because he wanted to keep the skull of
he didn't want to risk the skull being destroyed.
Yeah.
Argol,
and he called on all the Viltrumites that were in the galaxy to return home, right?
Yep.
And so now they're trying to or they're going to do like a counterattack, right?
Yeah.
When they least expect it on their home planet.
Yep.
Which is very ballsy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's the right thing to do.
Is all the Viltrumites left are going to come together and then come back to Telescria. And this time we're going to win is what they're thinking.
Right.
So they're like, well, let's just go kill them on Viltrum before all the rest of the Viltrumites get there. If we kill Thragg, the rest of them will scatter.
Yeah. But we haven't seen Thragg fight yet, and we know that he is pure, like Viltrumite, and like enhanced Viltrumite.
Yeah. I will tell you this: you're probably going to be wincing a good bit in the next 2 episodes once Thragg gets involved.
I'm fine with that. I think it's badass.
He is going to the true difference in power between Thragg and like, because we know like Nolan can fight 3 Viltrumites at once, and depending on their power level, and at least hold his own. He might not win, but he can hold his own. Thragg, on the other hand, can take somebody as strong as Nolan or Alan, and then just rip you in half like paper.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
God,
it's gonna be crazy.
I wonder if they're gonna have to use the Scourge.
I don't know.
You do know, don't you?
I do know. I do know if they're gonna have to use it, but I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
it's gonna be.
I'm excited for it. Definitely excited for it. I love the blood and gore. I love how like in depth these animations go. You know, because it definitely paints a reality picture to people with superpowers. You know,
I cannot wait for the battle on Viltrum. I hope the part that I can't wait for you to see, I hope that's tomorrow's episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, this season has been one of my favorite seasons so far. I think season 1 and season 4 have been my favorite seasons.
Yeah, I like...
Last season wasn't that great, but...
You didn't like last season? Season 3?
Or no, it was season 2.
You didn't like season 2?
Yeah, I didn't like season 2.
I mean, season 2, I guess, it had the least amount of things happening. That was, that was Mark in college, dealing with him being in college.
Yeah.
That was the going to Thraxa, finding Oliver, bringing Oliver back home. And
I mean, there was obviously important stuff that happened to the story, but as far as, like, exciting stuff happening, you know how I am. I like season 1 because it was how Mark came to be Invincible, right? And Nolan and all that stuff happening, Omni-Man. But it was season 4 so far has been the most, I think, exciting as far as battles go, and we haven't even gotten to like the best parts yet.
No, we have not.
So I'm very excited for what's to come. Like you said, an episode, and as we're recording this on a Tuesday, another episode comes out tomorrow night, and very excited to watch that. But
dude, I'm telling you, this is the season that changes the whole like tone of the show, where up until now it has been a coming of age superhero story. It is not anymore.
Yeah.
Now we are at the point where there is still superheroing for sure. Like he's still going to be invincible, you know, for quite a while, but rather than it being that kind of a story, now we're at a point where it's just going to be nothing but like tragedy after tragedy for our main characters.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I haven't read the comics, so I'm definitely in for it, and I'm glad.
If you ever want, I have every issue of Invincible on my bookshelf.
No, I want to watch it.
You're a bitch.
I want to see it as it comes out for the first time.
I got you.
Oh, nobody's calling. All right,
let's get a little bit of the boys.
Yeah, I was hoping we'd have more time. God, I hate stupid political text messages. every like election year, no matter whether it's like presidency or like governor or whatever it is.
All we're asking for is $3. $3 to $10
always
can help us win this next election.
Smothered in political text messages.
Oh God, yeah.
All right, so the boys. Let's just preface this with, okay, so as I was watching it, I did get, like, not like weeping or anything like that, but I did get a little emotional because with no matter like what you believe in or what side you're on, you know, what's happening in the boys in this season could have happened here.
Yeah.
Take the superpowers out of it.
Yeah.
And all the politics. It's definitely crazy to see how relative it is for the times that we're living in right now.
And if you wanna feel that even more, you should watch Daredevil Born Again, because what's happening in the current season of that in season 2 is actually what's happening in many cities across the country.
I did watch the original like Daredevil series.
Yeah, it's good. Born Again is also really good.
But just the politics in it all,
yeah,
it's crazy, right? Sending all the Starlighters or anybody that has like talked bad about Homelander,
just labeling people as Starlighters,
like the current regime, I'll call it, in the United States. Anybody that has said anything bad on social media, is being rounded up and put in concentration camps or internment camps, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And literally they have to wear Homelander shirts about freedom.
Yep.
And like this way to freedom.
Like freedom camp.
Yeah, freedom camps. Oh my God. Absolutely ridiculous. And they have like these freaking special forces soldiers rounding people up, taking them out of their houses. They have influencers, 2 influencers, like TikTok influencers, rounding these people up.
Yeah.
And doing sponsors while they're fucking rounding parents up and children up.
They have also, a soup is in charge of the Joint Chiefs. Major something, I don't remember what his name was, but they have a soup that works for Homelander, who is the head of the Joint Chiefs. So he is the head of basically all of the military.
Yeah.
Homelander has the president making drinks for him.
Yep.
And is basically, he is essentially the president through him.
Yeah. The president is on his knees to Homelander.
Ashley is the literal vice president.
Yeah, exactly.
So if the president gets too out of place, they'll just put Ashley in charge.
Yep.
I mean, you know.
And it's all freaking political, right? When they killed A-Train, all they do is, or when Homelander killed A-Train, all they do is spin the story, right? Because who was there? Just Homelander and A-Train.
Yep.
They can say whatever they want.
So now A-Train gets to be a martyr for Homelander's side because he went out a real hero trying to stop those dirty Starlighters.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And when in reality, he was trying to help the Starlighters
and
from under this oppressive. Yeah, exactly.
I knew A-Train was going to die because get ready. So when I say I knew A-Train was going to die, that's because most people are going to die this season.
God, and it was so sad because he was finally doing something right, and he finally was making his family happy.
Yeah,
I'm proud of him.
I won't say who, at least not until this season's over, because it might not matter because the show is doing a lot of things differently. But basically, there were only 2 major characters that are kind of important, like main characters to the story. Only 2 that survived in the comics. So most of the main characters get killed.
Crazy.
The good guys and the bad guys.
And obviously we know that Homelander's son Ryan is kind of like out on his own right now.
And he's an anomaly because he didn't exist in the comics.
Oh, okay.
He did, but he literally was killed at birth. So in the comic books, Becca had the baby with Billy there, and the baby came out just like Homelander, flying, and lasered her and killed her. And then he, because the kid was still just a baby, killed him with a crowbar.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So Ryan doesn't exist in the comics.
Well, Ryan is definitely a wild card because
he is a wild card.
He is neither good or bad.
And so is Soldier Boy because he wasn't like this in the comics.
He is just a kid, right? And his moral compass is still up in the air because Homelander was trying to raise him like him.
Yeah.
Basically, the humans are just there for their amusement. They're above that. They're like gods.
And he's starting to come around to that.
Yeah, and Ryan was being put into these propaganda like shows and stuff, saying that to
turn in your friends
and family if they
if they're talking
about the current government in a bad way. And he didn't want anything to do with that. But he also, when he was in like this hospital, but which was really like a CIA like bunker. Talking to Butcher and like
Mallory.
He didn't want to be confined for safety purposes, which they were trying to lure him to be, depending on like what his choice was.
Yeah.
And he ended up killing Mallory and escaping.
Yeah, the choice they were giving him was either you let us train you so you can defeat and kill Homelander, or you don't leave this room, basically.
And that was kind of like the boiling point for Butcher. I still call him Nolan just from The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
But letting his bad side in, and that's when he let this whatever you want to call it, this
parasite
just overtake him and just like cured his cancer, of course.
Yep.
Because that was the cancer.
Yep.
But it also, he has basically no moral compass anymore.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He's kind of like, it's almost like Venom now, like kind of, except he doesn't have like a suit that comes out over him, and it doesn't
just has tentacles come out of his body.
But it's nasty, but he's very powerful.
Very powerful, yeah. And I mean, it's good that he's powerful for Homelander purposes and what's going on right now, but he can also just as easily kill Starlight or Huey or
but I don't know if he's strong enough to beat Homelander in a fight, though. I don't think
so either. But I don't even think Soldier Boy is. I think his only way to do that would be if he actually was able to get an explosion off in time.
Now, I think if like Soldier Boy and a few other strong-ish heroes team up, they might be able to jump Homelander down.
Yeah.
But I don't know,
Yeah. But now there are some crazy shit in The Boys if you guys have watched it.
Oh yeah.
So there's this guy in the internment camps, especially the one that Huey, Mother's Milk, Frenchie
love sausage.
Yes, love sausage. He has a penis that can stretch, right? And it's just massive. It just drags on the ground.
And it has its own like it's like a snake kind of thing.
And it's uncircumcised.
Yeah.
And he like whips people with it and just
beats them to death with it.
Yeah, beats them to death with it if they
Natalie and I were actually laughing when the riot started at the camp. Or when the breakout started, because, you know, everything was going crazy, and, you know, and then they go outside of that one, the one building or whatever, and Love Sausage was just beating some prisoner to death with his penis, and
he looks at Mother's Milk.
Well, we were laughing. Well, but this is after he's doing it again. Like he's killing somebody else, like when the riot is starting.
Yeah.
But we thought it was funny because, like, the riot just started seconds ago, so that means Love Sausage was already
he was already beating somebody to death.
So he was already doing that before everything got crazy.
Jesus Christ. But thank God, it was Mother's Milk, right? It was MM that started stabbing his penis.
Yep. And then choked him to death.
Yeah, choked him to death.
Wrapped his own penis around his neck and choked him to death.
Crazy.
What a way to go, dude.
Oh, my God. But it's just crazy because Homelander was there when they started the riot.
Yeah.
But they still got away. So they had this weird mole dude who basically...
Name is Worm,
who like dug him a hole to get in the camp. Butcher, Starlight, and
Kimiko.
Yeah, because they were going to break out Huey, MM, and Frenchie, and but Homelander knew what was going to happen, so he was there. But they had to use some tactics to fuck him up, because they also had that guy from Gen V, right? Who can just like use telekinesis to like break things and make people explode. And
oh no, that person,
he's not from Gen V.
That person is from several seasons of The Boys.
The bald guy?
Yeah.
I don't remember him.
Do you remember the season when all those congressmen got popped in that committee, and they thought it was that person, because they were in, like, it was like season 2 and maybe season 3 also. And now we see, they're working with and they were also the season where Stormfront, so I guess season 3, or was that 2? I don't remember.
No, I think it was 3.
Yeah, whatever. But the season with Stormfront, when they were at that facility, you know, with all those prisoners and everything, that person was there. They released them from that facility.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so they actually been in The Boys.
They had him on the watchtower, because anybody that tried to escape, he would just make explode with his mind, which is fucking crazy.
Yep.
But they basically like blinded him. Starlight did, and they were able to get all of them out. But this whole situation with The Boys and the politics, and Ashley and her husband being this evangelical
father,
like pastor, who is like bringing them into this Homelander cult even more. They're merging religion and government.
Yep.
And it's all very very familiar.
Yeah.
With what's happening, just in a more exaggerated way.
But what's funniest about it, though, is a lot of these scenes were filmed and written over a year ago. So, you know, because post-production takes a while on these shows. So like I think this season like started filming last year. So like a lot of these things
hadn't happened yet.
Weren't even parodies of what had happened. It's just reality is sometimes stranger than fiction, you know?
Yeah. Oh God. It's great. And that's why I am so into this season so much, is because of how relative it is to the way that we're living right now.
Yep.
And it's just absolutely crazy. We will talk about this more next time, because there's a lot that we need to go into for The Boys.
Oh yeah.
A lot has happened. A lot's going to happen. But it is definitely by far one of my favorite shows of all time.
Oh yeah, it's very good.
And
even my wife really loves it, and she's not I mean, she likes certain superhero stories, like in movies and shows and stuff, but like, you know, a lot of them are too, like, I don't know, like they just follow the same kind of tropes, or they're not serious enough, you know. And so this is one that definitely even gets her attention.
I mean, since I watch this at night in bed, and my wife is usually like playing games or scrolling on her phone before we go to sleep, she unfortunately usually turns over to look at the wrong times. Like when that miniature hero goes into that guy's penis.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then
that was one of the worst. And
then like sneezes because he's a cokehead.
Coke, yeah. And
he goes back to regular size and explodes this dude's bottom half. Or at Herogasm, when they're all, even especially the giant penis guy, when they're all just kind of like doing some weird superhuman fetish shit.
Yeah. All right. But hear me out, though. Hear me out. You live in the boys' universe.
Yep.
You are a soup. You're single. You've been invited to Herogasm. Are you telling me you're not going?
Oh, I'm going.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that.
That's right. I'm just... even Frenchie. It was one of his lifelong dreams to go to Herogasm.
Of course, Frenchie. Yeah. But no. But I'm saying like just the part where my wife looks at it at the wrong time. So it's like, what the hell are you watching?
Yeah.
Is this porn? It can't be porn. There's some weird shit going on that's not even human. But then I say, I'm just into that stuff. Just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. No, but anyway, so it's extremely exciting. It's very gory. It's very humorous and comedic at times, actually most of the time.
Yeah.
Homelander, I feel like, is the perfect like villain and all. Like he just the perfect villain. He is like the symbol of freedom in the media, but behind closed doors, he is the most vile, like morally absent
and
person.
Stupid. Also,
very.
He's
stupid.
Not smart. Like if it wasn't for Sage. None of this would have happened. He would just be in charge of a failing company.
Right. Exactly. So
and he might have actually had to just do what he said and just attack the country. You know, he might have been forced into that.
Yeah.
But now he gets to rule it.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. So thank you, Sister Sage.
Exactly. Oh God, and she has to get a lobotomy to be normal because she's the smartest woman on earth.
Yeah, well, he told her not to do that anymore because remember in season 4 when they were meeting with like all those super important politicians
she got shot
about the coup?
She got shot in the head and she just was...
That's right, she got shot. It wasn't her fault.
No.
You're right.
And she was just eating cake and like, oh, this is good. But she was the one that like masterminded the whole thing.
Yeah.
So then Newman had to come out and say, I'll do it. I'll do all this. I'll be in charge of all this. But then Butcher killed her. But anyway, look, we have a lot to talk about with that. I'm sorry that we ran out of time. I mean, we had a lot to catch up on. We will talk about it more in depth next time, I promise.
And we'll have more to talk about, too.
We'll have more to talk about. But I really want to dedicate like a full episode to the boys because...
yeah, and I want to say, for sure, at the very least, the boys and Invincible, because I could talk about that forever, too.
For sure.
Especially depending on what actually gets shown tomorrow. Because if it's what I'm thinking of, we'll have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But I want to say this episode of Anime Anarchy goes out in honor of A-Train, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Genuinely, and I do not mean this in any kind of joke or sarcastic fashion. A-Train has genuinely been my favorite character on the show because, you know, I mean, obviously all the boys are great for sure. But with the exception, you know, with a few exceptions, they're a lot more static characters, you know, like they just kind of are who they are.
Yeah.
I think Huey's definitely had the most growth of any of the boys for sure. But nobody has had more character development than A-Train.
For sure.
And I think his redemption arc has just been great. Even his brother was like, dude, you're a hero now.
Yeah.
I can't. Yes, all that stuff I said was true, but it's not anymore.
Right.
You know, and he really did go out.
Because the first person he saved, like actually saved, that wasn't like for the cameras or faked, was
that kid.
He saved mother's milk because he had a heart attack. That kid saw him. There were nobody else around, no cameras, nothing like that. And he said that was the best he's ever felt. He actually saved somebody, and it didn't have to do with any of the publicity or the media.
And then he's also been constantly saving his family from the deep and bot. And then he saved, you didn't see this, but he saved all the kids in Gen V. They were on the run, and when they got recruited to their rebellion, he saved them too. And then he saved the boys. He had that saved. Oh, he had his Quicksilver moment from the X-Men.
Yep. I love
that. Was so sick.
Yeah, that was very sick.
Yeah.
And he tried to save Ashley, but Ashley didn't go with him.
Yeah. And then he also, and I think also the only reason Homelander caught him was because he kind of saved that one woman by not running through her. He wanted to avoid that, and so he diverted and he tripped.
That was a callback.
Into a bunch of trees.
That was a callback to the very first episode.
And so if he hadn't have done that, if he had just kept going, he was faster than Homelander. He would have escaped eventually, I think.
I think
so
too.
I think he tripped and he hurt himself crashing into all those trees at that speed. And so then he was too weak to get away. And but he went out like a fucking G, dude, laughing in Homelander's face, calling him a bitch.
Exactly. God, it was so sick.
So R.I.P. A-Train, you will be missed. You were a true hero.
That's right. Well, that is all the time we have today, anarchists. But next time, we will mostly talk about, if not the whole thing, Invincible, Season 4, and The Boys, Season 5. So a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of exciting things, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.